Rick, there's 17 different parameters we test in Dolphin Kick. She was the best I've ever tested, and I think 11 or 12 out of the 17.
Ready? Yep. Ready?
Developing fast dolphin kick speed is one of the most important techniques in the sport of swimming. Maggie's kick is extremely tight and fast. She kicks hard in both directions, up and down. Her kick propulsion is not just derived from the movement of her legs, but from the motion of her entire body from her chest down. We use velocity meter technology, measuring her velocity, acceleration, and deceleration every 0.02 seconds, synchronized to her video. All right, 20 yards, dolphin kick on the stomach, as fast as you can. Ready? In addition to having great leg strength and fitness and tremendous ankle flexibility, there are really 5 key techniques that Maggie uses to help her become one of the fastest dolphin kickers in the world. The first of the 5 is her kick speed, her cycle time, which is 0.38 seconds. If you look at the top green graph, the time it takes her from the peak velocity of her down kick to the next peak velocity of her down kick is only 0.38 seconds. That's a stroke rate of 158 down kicks per minute, tremendously fast. The second technique that she uses is that her maximal knee bend is very, very small. If you look at her maximal knee bend right here, she is bending only to 50 degrees. The majority of the dolphin kickers we test on our velocity meter are between 60 and 85 degrees. So that low knee bend enables her to get propulsion with less drag. The other thing that helps her with reducing drag is that she drops her knees before the down kick. If you notice the position of her knees here, and then by the time she starts the down kick, look how her knees have dropped down several inches. What that does is keeps her feet barely outside of her body vortex or slipstream. And by doing that, she loses an incredibly low amount of speed from her knee bend. If you look at her peak velocity on the green curve here on the way up, and her trough velocity, the lowest she gets from the knee bend, she loses only 9% of her velocity, when the typical loss of velocity from the knee bend is 30 to 40%, and I often see much higher than that. The fourth technique that she uses is the hip flexion. We know it's important to flex the hips for the dolphin kick, but it's easy to overflex the hips. She flexes her hips to 22 degrees. The range we consider to be normal is 20 to 35 degrees, so she's at the very low end of normal. The hip flexion is required in order to get more propulsion from the down kick and to prepare the swimmer for a stronger up kick. The fifth technique is her hand motion. If you look at her hand motion from the initiation of her up kick right here, she is 3 inches above her line of motion. But when she initiates the down kick right here, she's only 3 inches below her line of motion. So she moves her hands a total of 6 inches, which is good because she's kicking with her entire body, not just her legs. But the fact that she's moving them slightly above and slightly below her line of motion is what makes the drag stay so minimal and enables her to kick at 1.8 meters per second.